it leaves me cold and dry. I don't think that really has the vibe, the connotation that I want. Hello, beautiful friends and fellow word lovers. Welcome back to Pocket of Poetry. Today's video is going to be the third video in my poetry writing series. I've sort of just made it an ongoing thing on this channel, and I probably will continue to do it because it's a lot of fun. But in today's video, I'm going to be writing some more poetry with you guys. Originally, I was thinking of ideas for this video, and I was like, maybe I'll just look up poetry prompts on the internet and see how those go. But then I decided it would be way cooler if I actually took inspiration from my music and tried to write poems based off of that. Sorry, my hair is bugging me. But it would be a lot of fun if I took some inspiration from my music and wrote poems kind of inspired by different songs that I like. I kind of got the idea today actually, and I was like, because sometimes, you know, you listen to a song and you're like, there's such a story behind this song, like I could write something about this. Anyway, so that's kind of what my plan is for today. I'm literally just gonna go to Spotify, go to my library, and just shuffle play, pick a random song, and see what happens. So this should be exciting. I have my trusty yellow notebook with me. I have my strawberry lemonade, which is my drink of choice, also coordinates with my yellow notebook, so gotta coordinate. We're opening up Spotify. I'm gonna go to just like my library liked songs and just pick a random one. So get ready. Okay. This song is like a throwback song, majorly. It's called Love Save the Empty by Erin McCarley. I haven't heard this song in a super long time. Because that's why I wanted to do like this shuffle play, because it's like music that like ranging from like brand new to super old. This one is super old. So I have to think about this for a second. This is going to be kind of difficult, but I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to listen to the whole song, because I feel like you kind of have to do that to get, especially since I haven't heard the song in such a long time, to like listen to the whole song. And then I have to figure out kind of how I'm going to structure the poem as well. So I'm going to take a quick 5. I'm starting to get an idea. Listened to the whole song. I'm getting an idea here. It's formulating, and I'm trying to decide if I want to do like a rhyming poem here, or if I want to do like a blank verse, which is kind of what I've been into recently, is doing more like a blank verse situation. The song Love Save the Empty, if you don't know it, it's about kind of like love. So the opening lines of the song are, little girls don't know how to treat little boys, little boys don't know how to treat little girls. Mama didn't teach me. Little girls don't know how to treat little boys. Daddy didn't show me. Love save the empty. So kind of like love is keeping them from feeling empty, or this love that they have is keeping them from feeling empty. And I feel like in a way it's kind of talking about a fake love and like a love that's not real. So the opening lines that I've written so far are, I know I'm just a doll to you. To me, you're just a toy. We're flawlessly positioned. Picture perfect girl and boy. So kind of like this image of like this couple who's going through all the motions perfectly, but behind it, it's just not real. Okay. Save me. But your touch. So hard to do is writing poetry on camera, and I know that I've said this before, but it's like so difficult to like verbalize my thought process of what's going on. So I had this line. Your touch is oh so hollow. Every kiss rips my heart wide. But I didn't like that line at all because it just sounds weird. So I think instead I'm going to do your touch is oh so hollow and leaves me cold inside, maybe? I want to use inside to rhyme there. Oh, I guess I already used inside. Never mind. Wait. Okay, so it's I wanted you to save me from the emptiness inside, but your touch is oh so hollow. Maybe dried. Your touch is oh so hollow. What else rhymes with inside? Fried bride. Your touch is oh so hollow. It leaves me cold and dry. I don't think that really has the vibe, the connotation that I want. This one's so hard. Do this lazy thing and just do the same word twice. Okay. Here is the final result of this poem. This one was actually quite hard for me. It's just like a short, kind of cheeky, but sad situation. I know I'm just a doll to you. To me, you're just a toy. We're flawlessly positioned, picture perfect girl and boy. I wanted you to save me from the emptiness inside, but your touch is oh so hollow and it leaves me cold inside. Should I say at night? That's a lazy rhyme, but it's better than using the same word twice. Okay. I wanted you to save me from the emptiness inside, but your touch is oh so hollow and it leaves me cold at night. We played a silly game of love. Our hearts are sore and bruised. I knew what we had wasn't real, but still I feel so used. That is the poem based off of Love Save the Empty by Erin McCarley. I feel like it encapsulates what I was trying to say pretty well. It's definitely not the best poem I've ever done, but I feel like it does kind of summarize what I was trying to say. So, all right, time to pick another song. I think I'm just gonna let it play because it's on shuffle play, so I'm just gonna let it play to the next song. Oh, okay, we have the song Shark by Oh Wonder. Oh Wonder is one of my favorite bands. I just love their vibes are like very unique. This is another sad love song. I mean, most of my songs are sad love songs, but like Shark by Oh Wonder. So this song, again, kind of a dark love, kind of a sort of like inevitable but doomed attraction is kind of what I think of it as. So this one sort of started flowing from my pencil as like a free verse, so it's really not very structured, but I wanted it to kind of tell a story, a little bit more free-flowing story. So this is what I have so far. Kryptonite was the word that first came to mind when I looked at you, with your smooth dark smile and the storm you brought into the room with you. Ooh, I don't like that both of those end with you. The storm you brought into the room. I guess I could just do the storm you brought into the room. When I looked at you with your smooth dark smile and the storm you brought into the room. Your eyes were gray like the sky before it rains, your hands clutching for everything you couldn't have. Forbidden love. Let's see, forbidden love was your... Forbidden love was your drug. I finished. So this one is a little bit darker. And again, I tried to use a lot of imagery. And I tried to kind of like... So there's kind of two halves to the poem. And each one starts with a word. So the first word that I put was kryptonite, and then the second one was tsunami. So this is how it goes. Kryptonite was the word that first came to mind when I looked at you, with your smooth dark smile and the storm you brought into the room. Your eyes were gray like the sky before it rains, your hands clutching for everything you couldn't have. Forbidden love was your drug, and your dark romance was mine. Maybe what I'll do instead of that is the dark romance of you, or the dark romance. Forbidden love was your drug, and the dark romance of your brokenness. Or, how about and your was mine. So, your eyes were gray like the sky before it rains, your hands clutching for everything you couldn't have. Forbidden love was your drug, and your broken past was mine. Tsunami, rolling towards me on the beach, a dark wave of inevitability. Like I knew from the moment I saw you that you would touch me. My body, my mind, my heart, and I could feel the impact, freezing, forceful, slamming me to the ground, and salt on my tongue and ice in my veins before you even hit. So it's kind of a mess, but I don't know. I wanted to kind of incorporate the imagery of the tsunami because I could really, I don't know, when I listen to that song, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like the person is just kind of standing there and passively letting things happen to them and seeing this person coming towards them from far off and thinking this is gonna happen, like already knowing. It's like that moment when you meet someone and you know that they're trouble, but you also know that you can't stay away from them, and it's like that moment where you're just like, well, this is happening, like, you know. So I wanted to write about that. It's like they could feel the impact of what was about to happen before it even happens, in a way. So yeah, that's my second poem. So I'm gonna do one more because this is taking way too long, but I wanted to do at least 3. So we're gonna play the next song. I'm kind of nervous, but here we go. Okay, actually this song is such a good one. So this song is Thank You by AURORA. It's a cover of, I believe, an Alanis Morissette song, Thank You. If you have a minute in your day right now, I would encourage you to look up the lyrics to that song, Thank You by Alanis Morissette. It's so deep. There's like so much going on in this song. So I don't even know what I'm gonna write about because there's a lot going on in this song. Actually, I kind of have an idea of what I want to write about, like because, you know, I feel like there's always, when you listen to a song, you can always kind of relate to certain parts of it. And I feel like, at least for me, I tend to like shape my perception of the song, like, or like how it relates to me, I guess. Like I think about how it relates to me. So I feel like I'm gonna kind of go with that. But yeah, that song, there's just so much, like, it's so deep. I'm like really surprised that I got such good ones, actually. Like, I was not sure what to expect when I started this because I have a lot of music and a lot of different types and genres and artists and things. So I was like, I'm not sure what's gonna come up here. It was basically just like a wild card. But actually, I feel like the ones that I got were really good. So but always. So I wrote the whole poem. I didn't actually film the process of myself writing it at all because I don't know, it just kind of flowed out of me. This poem is kind of long. I wrote it in free verse, just like iambic pentameter, and it's kind of personal. Of all the poems that I have written today, this one is definitely the most personal one. And I guess this song is very personal to me because it kind of reminds me that, I guess, dark places that we've been or hard things that we've gone through can help us, and we can be grateful for those things, because the song is all about her thanking and being grateful for the hard things in her life and the things that she's gone through and what they've taught her. So here's the poem. I've never really learned the easy way. My heart yearns for the path less traveled by, and often on my journey down that path I've been besieged by darkness on all sides. The velvet midnight calls seductively, and in my dark despair I heed her voice. I've stumbled many times under her charms, but always in my blackest moments I am reminded how grand the light can be. And when I feel that I should lose all hope, a hand of peace and love reaches for me. I feel the golden light again so strong, my heart sings songs of peace and clarity. I sit atop a cliff and I look down. I smile at all the things that once scared me. Despite how bright the light is, I still know I never would have felt this golden bliss without the blackness that once prisoned me. From my black sojourn in a twilight wood, I learned that there is no light without dark. I really like that last part, actually. Despite how bright the light is, I still know I never would have felt this golden bliss without the blackness that once prisoned me. From my black sojourn in a twilight wood, I learned that there is no light without dark. So, I don't know, I just feel like that's such a huge motto for me, and that's really what that song makes me think of, is just like there's no light without darkness, and sometimes we have to go through dark times in our lives in order to really enjoy and experience the light. So anyway, I have rambled for way too long. This video is going to be way too long, I already know, but thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you liked this video and that you like these types of videos, because I really enjoy making them and it really helps me be creative. I definitely want to do another one of these in the future, like going through my music and picking or writing poems based off of songs, because it really actually is a really fun challenge, and I feel like all the songs that I love have special meaning to me and have a special story behind them, and so it's fun to be able to tell that story in kind of my own unique way and put my own spin on it. So again, thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a like, subscribe if you're feeling like it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.